Now, interestingly, the Quran implies that reason has to be a prerequisite for you to even accept the Quran as guidance. So here, the Quran says, this is the book. Let there be no doubt about it. It is a guidance for all the God conscious. So one has to rationally acknowledge that God is before they can even accept the Quran as guidance. Also, interestingly, the Quran makes a challenge to the reader, to the person who's making an attempt to understand the Quran. It tells you that have they not pondered on the Quran, if it were from other than the singular God, surely you would find many contradictions in it. This is quite interesting. It's making a bold challenge. So if, hypothetically speaking, objectively speaking, if there are contradictions found, it just means that the Quran is not from the one God you all rationally acknowledge to believe in. So in that hypothetical case, the Muslim will still remain. Another thing I like to point out is when there is any attempt to understand and read and understand the Quran, rationality must be employed completely. This will enable the reader to understand what is, what verses are literal and what they mean, what verses are, contextual, and also enables the reader to not take verses out of its context. Also, it points out to the minority of verses which may be allegoric. And this is an instruction that the Quran instructs itself. As the Quran says, we have made the revelations as clear proof to you if you will use your reason. So it's already given you an instruction on how to understand the Quran, which is to use your reason. Another thing I'd like to point out, the Quran makes it emphatic that usage of reason is your ticket to paradise. It is your salvation. As the Quran states, if only we had listened or used reason, we would not have ended up inmates in the burning fire. This is pretty self-explanatory.